Speaking of highly intelligent humor, Harley, have you followed any of Fishtank?
Someone on there had AIDS.
Warning.
Warning.
Wait,
That's a fucking lie.
do I have AIDS?
I think like it looks
I've
like.
never dated a 19-year-old when I was 26. I'll tell you that much right now.
What the hell, Shinji? That's a fade line.
Like Hop Ryan.
Shinji's got AIDS.
Oh
Let
no.
me see. Oh,
Shinji.
I was about to say.
Who kissed Shinji?
A lot.
Shinji might have AIDS.
CJ seriously put a bag over your face.
Dude, this is a fake fade line.
No.
Like Hop Ryan.
No.
Which one?
Who's you kissing here?
You.
No, I kiss you on the cheek,
I
man.
can see on the cheek too.
CJ. Song.
So remember, your volunteer. I didn't see it. I don't think anybody saw it, but your volunteer and your medical information.
You kind of said it out loud.
He said I love it.
I kissed him on the cheek.
Did you see that?
I did. I watched highlights. I didn't watch a lot of this one live.
Yeah, the Twitter clippers help out a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
Kyle doesn't know the AIDS thing.
No one does.
Sam, Judge Jebediah Goldstriker, makes them do all these activities and just random. A lot of it is clearly stuff where they're like, Jet, quick, go buy a dozen AIDS tests from CVS. We're going to have all of the fish take AIDS tests. And so he had them all take AIDS tests to make sure that everyone was clean because someone kept TTSing. Like they used the black voice to keep going like, yo, one of these fish has fucking AIDS. Get them tested.
Holy shit.
And so they kept doing that. And then everyone took the AIDS test, like all 8 of them, and all of them came back negative except for the Japanese guy, Shinji, where they were all looking at the lines because like any test, like there's a control line to show that it's actually reading it and it's not a faulty device. And then there's the one that shows up if it detects the antibodies of the given test that it's for. And Sam was even looking at it. He's like, everyone was like, Shinji has a little bit of a line on the like positive for AIDS thing. And he used to work in porn in Japan. And Sam was like, no, hold on. Bring that here. And he's like, really? Like, yeah, there's a little bit of a line. It says any amount of a line. And so they got a little nervous. And I've never seen at the end of the day, like, if it's an incomplete line, the test does say like disregard this, test again. But it's still, if you take an AIDS test and there's anything but a clean slate there, I would be absolutely panicked. And this dude, Shinji, this Japanese guy, they're like, Sam's like, Shinji, you failed your AIDS test. You might have HIV. And Shinji's like, yeah, AIDS. Better to have this than to be a virgin, right? And then and everyone was like, ugh. Oh,
What the fuck?
They tested him again like 2 days later, and he had no response to having AIDS. Everyone's like, Shinji, what's it like having HIV, being HIV positive? And he's like, pretty good. Like
Are we sure he understands enough English to know what they're saying?
He understood the English, like he can read, he can hear what they're saying and understand it. He just is bad at parsing it quickly and responding.
So he didn't really have AIDS.
No, they retested him, and he does not have
Shit.
AIDS. And so, what do you mean shit? You wanted that little Japanese
It's
boy
so
to
much.
have AIDS?
What I wanted was for Sam to go, or Mr. Goldstriker to go, ruh-roh.
That's I told you they took the IQ test, right?
Yeah.
And that one guy got an 82 on it, which is just astounding. Airsoft Fatty's back. I've also not followed it much in the last week and a half or so because there was an Age of Empires 2 tournament on YouTube I was watching, Game Rules. But I would like the Twitter clippers for Fishtank are great because you can go and like follow a thread and in just 20 minutes, 30 minutes, watch like all the key parts of the day. And
like, thank God Elon Musk owns Twitter because then we could see the clips because they're still on Twitter.
Exactly. Yeah. And Elon Musk, or not Elon Musk, Airsoft Fatty was brought back.
You did say Twitter. I'm sorry. I had Twitch in my head. I fucked
Oh,
it.
yeah. Airsoft Fatty. That guy has just the most baffling physical existence of anyone I've seen. Like, his body doesn't make sense.
Woody wants so bad.
No, well, Woody does not like the fats, but if there's anyone that, I mean, clearly he eats way too much, but the way he is fat is like the kind of fat where you're like, okay, there's something going on there. Like, that's not the way fat distributes on a body. There's some genetic thing going on that's making
like his
him
neck
look.
has a back.
His neck has a back. He's walking around stark naked, like almost like all the time now. And you can see, I watched like the clips from the first season where he was walking around naked and you couldn't see like dick or balls at all because of how fat he is. There, I saw a still of him sitting naked on one of the shared couches in their lounge.
I
and you can see
I don't
his
even want
balls.
to share this. I don't even want to share.
You couldn't
this.
see his dick though.
I don't even want to share this. Okay. So I have one of these scumbag clip channel motherfuckers of yours that post it on TikTok. Don't do this, okay? But he stunk so bad. I Creator Clash were like walking out to see the place and he was gonna sing, and I'm like two people behind him, and this whole like hallway that we're walking in is just like heat, stink emanating, like smells like something like not like a bad smell like BO or like shit, like a biological waste accident, like a like
poop.
Like wherever they would take bad skin at the hospital that's been collected off of something and put it into like some receptacle or something like that. It was thick.
Like rot.
It was like rot, like a maybe this is what a dead body would be.
I wonder
like.
if he's slippery to the touch, right? Like
an amphibian.
Like touch his deltoid or something. Is it greasy? Is it slippery?
They did make. I did see
like
a clip.
velvety, maybe.
I did see a clip where he was naked, and they had, I think, a couple of the contestants pour or rub baby oil all over him for a slip and slide. And he does not have the physical capacity to like jump onto the slide. So like when he would do it, like, yeah, do it, fatty. It's like a 3-foot slide. But like, you're right about the smell thing. That's not just you. That's definitely seems to be a recurring thing. That prostitute from the first season of Fishtank who wouldn't sleep with him because she said he smelled like poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is sad. If
I ran Fishtank, I would oil up airsoft fatty and see who could prevent him from leaving the kiddie pool. You know, like a wrestling match.
I think that would be. I think I could easily prevent him from leaving a kiddie pool because he's so heavy.
What if you
it wouldn't take that much to wear him out.
What if you had to carry him like that?
No chance.
Where they have the greased pig. You do the greased pig thing from the rodeo.
No chance you could carry him. None of us could carry him.
Really?
Yeah, he's like 400 pounds. There's zero chance any of us could carry that guy.
Oh,
Pete Kyle throws him on his shoulder and carries him like a burn victim.
Pete Kyle is doing this show like Stephen Hawking if he tries that.
He would just, my body would pierce through him and he would move over. They always act like Superman can pick up a mountain, but really he just like bore through the mountain because he's as sharp as a Superman pressing on a mountain. That's what would happen to him. He would just go, I would go through him and I would be left covered in the
or all four of us grab a limb, get a good grip on a limb and lift. And I feel like all the limbs dislocate and the body stays.
Yeah, it might be, and then it would just regrow. I imagine he has that capacity.
I imagine him being filled with that slime from Nickelodeon. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know,
dude. But they're in the last bit of the show. Last probably week. I don't know exactly the amount of days, but 6 weeks, right? And they had Airsoft Fatty and Frank Hassel in there at the same time, just creating an unpalatable environment for them because Airsoft Fatty is seemingly just kind of unpleasant to be around because he smells bad. And the dude has the gift of gab. He can talk all day and say nothing. All day. And then Frank Hassel can walk it like I saw a clip of Frank's just sitting there like just chatting with the fish, just kind of being a shithead with them and like almost lulling them into a sense of like, yeah, he's gonna mess with us a bit but won't be too bad. And he's like, all right. And then he just like walks away, gets a big gallon of spoiled milk out of the refrigerator, and then just sneaks back out of the kitchen and upends the whole thing on this girl's head, and they get into a little kerfuffle. Frank's very good at getting under people's skin and bothering them, and I guess
how
that is
creative.
I don't like this.
I'm not
premise at
saying
all.
that it is creative to pour milk. I'm saying that if it is your job to go in and hassle people, pouring milk on them is a pretty good way to do it.
That's awful to live through. But this whole premise where offense is okay but defense is illegal is horseshit. Like,
no.
Bullying is fine. Standing up for yourself is against the rules.
No. Like they let one of the contestants got so pissed she was like spitting and like swinging and hitting and throwing eggs at Frank back, and they allowed that. That was fine. They only shut that down when Frank hassled her so much that she like ran and grabbed scissors and was like threatening to stab him. Like, stay the fuck away from me! Stop bothering me!
Yeah.
And and then they shut that down and they were like, all right, Frank, get away from her. Like she's gonna stab you.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
I thought right away when the show season 2 was done over Christmas, I was like, oh fuck, that's good. Like if you're gonna do it and how it is, like him doing it over Christmas right away, I'm like, that is so depressing for the fish.
Yeah, I would never do that. And you're self-selecting then to the kind of people who would say, I would rather be fucked with on a reality show than be with my family on Christmas. And that is a big self-selection thing, right? Like that self-selects for weirdos. Because if any of us were asked to do that, any reality show, even if it wasn't getting hassled and messed with and having TTS blaring at you, you'd be like, oh, wait, it's through Christmas? No, that's family time. I'm going to spend time with my family.
Yeah, it depends. I love Christmas. I have celebrated my entire life as part of my family. But I'm telling you right now, if I had a shot to be on the show, fuck this hot girl island or something, like I think I might go be on the show.
I was
but you wouldn't go on.
Shout out to my family, but
like my services are for sale over Christmas. They're just expensive.
Yeah, you wouldn't. We're not talking about hot girl island. We're talking about you go somewhere where the challenges are like smoke as many cigarettes as you can.
Okay,
and then
I could do that, but you
activities.
can you not like
for $50,000 at most?
Can you do any of these fish fuck each other?
I think there have been a couple of them went into a closet together early in the season.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think anyone's actually fucking in there. I can't imagine a more stressful environment.
Would you break a piece off in any of these fish? Not one,
Oh,
not one,
no.
not one,
Give
not
me a
one that's
second.
ever been or around or anything.
Breaking a piece off, is that fun?
A quick rinse? You want to do a little quick rinse with one of these fish?
Well, maybe a quick rinse with airsoft fatty, but
Yeah, I heard it needs a bath.
but the rest, dude, he's got like 500,000 subs. I'm a clout chaser. I'll go. I'm gonna fuck with airsoft fatty. Yeah. The Japanese, one funny recurring bit is like the Japanese guy doesn't seemingly know a lot about American culture. Like everyone will come in and be like, so what do you do here? He's like, student California. And they're like, oh, for what? He's like, computer programming. And like it's just like the same kind of shit right there. And all he really knows is like he'll like reference Mr. Beast a lot. Like, like YouTube, like Mr. Beast, he will do, and so Sam, you know that meme of the fake Mr. Beast who's going like this, with like that. They got him to come in, and so they were amping it up where they're like, Mr. Beast is coming today. He might even bring Chris with him, and they were like, and then they like amped it up. They're like, Mr. Beast is here, and Shinji's like, oh, Mr. Beast. Mr. B's coming to Fishtank. And then they bring this clearly fake Mr. Beast up there, and they obviously didn't fill him in on the extent of what he'd be doing. They just told him like, go up there and act like Mr. Beast and do like whatever your bit is with him. And so like like an hour into it, or like I saw this through highlights, so I don't know how long into it, but by the highlights, Mr. Beast was clearly getting very exasperated at the questions. Like they stopped asking him questions, and the producers would kept being like, keep asking him questions. Aren't you curious to ask Mr. Beast about his success? Are you curious to ask him? And so they like asked him just all these questions, and it got to the point where they had nothing left to ask. And so this like weird contestant, they're like, TJ, you have to have more to ask Mr. Beast. And he's like, oh yeah. And this guy's like a nervous, like ticky guy. He's like, yeah, Mr. Beast, I want to know, how is your Crohn's disease? And it's like, what? How's your Crohn's disease? It's like, that's the only thing you knew about Mr. Beast is that he has Crohn's disease.
I didn't know that about Mr.
You wanted
Beast.
to follow up? I learned it.
How
that's real lore.
So how did Shinji end up on this show though? Like
he said
it
a
seems like
friend
you need to
recommended him. Yeah.
It's got to be a bit. No, it's a bit. I'm calling it. It's a bit.
If it is, then this guy is Daniel Day-Lewis, like because he's been getting fucked with and like having milk poured on him and being harassed by Frank Hassel as well. I saw
that guy's a character.
The Mr. Beast guy put a wig on that looked so much like Kyle's 2011 hairstyle that I tweeted it. Did you see?
I saw it.
Did you see it? And Frank Hassel has definitely gained a significant amount of weight, seemingly, but after the first season, or maybe I'm misremembering, but he seems to be getting heavier, and he shaved his head, and so it looks like a 2012 video of Kyle and Wings.
Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing skinny Wings of Redemption there too.
Yeah, I'm seeing a very svelte.
That's what it would look like if you took some of his onto your body. Like if
that's
you were
what
able
happened.
to transfer it.
What this is actually is like if Marvel had a Wings of Redemption verse and Wings like stole some sort of crystal to go to the perfect universe where I was this guy and he was that guy. That's what's happened here.
Like I saw like afterward the Mr. Beast guy was getting very just not pleased with being there, and Sam took him up to the attic, which is like this weird room they have to like do little downloads and pep talks and discussions. And once they got up there, the Mr. Beast guy was like, you know, they're not really asking questions about the bit. Should I keep doing the bit? I don't really, how long do I have to stay here? And Sam, it's like midnight. And Sam's like, Sam's like leaving. He's like, dude, just stay the night. Just stay the night. We'll take care of this tomorrow. Just stay the night and we'll keep working through it. That was like 2 days ago. I think he's still in the tank. still in there, just futzing around. So like, if you just like go to fishtank.live, it's free to watch. But like the Twitter clip channels too are very, very helpful because they'll like piece out the action so that you can kind of catch up.
We went to
a lot of very funny moments.
Taylor and I, we had gone to lunch with Sam and his whole operation, and I was like vlogging it a whole bunch. I told him I was like, I'm going to film a bunch out of this. I want to have some moments. And every time the camera went on to Sam, he just started talking extensively about Chris from Mr. Beast's team.
Yeah.
And saying all types of stuff that would ensure that this vlog will never see the light of day on my channel. And he kept being like, how's this vlog going of yours? Is it good? Or do I need to talk about Chris from Mr. Beast more?
He did. He ruined your vlog.
I have a cut of it that's like entirely, it's there, and there's just so much beeping. It's like beep, 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 and then he's like Muslim child, beep, 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 and a pole long enough to go inside, beep, beep, beep. And like we were just looking at the cut, and we're like, this can go somewhere. We'll find a home for this.
Yeah. That was a wild conversation to listen to while I was eating my fucking lamb skewers or whatever the fuck we had at that little.
Yeah, what was funny also, some guy came up to him at the range and they were like, yo, I'm with some guy and I edit for Mr. Beast and I love your videos. And he was like, yeah, and the guy was talking and I was there and I'm like, wait, but yo, you make Mr. Beast watch Sam Hyde? And he's like, yeah, Jimmy's seen it come on. I'm like, does Mr. Beast love Sam Hyde? Does he? Tell us. He's like, no, he's seen a lot of videos. And then Sam was there and he's like, what about Chris?
Yeah, a lot of people were like clearly trying at that event to like get Sam to do something for them, like for content or something. Like I was with him at the gun thing and someone walked up and was like, oh, Sam Hyde, oh, big fan of this and that. He's like, will you come over here and on camera be like, fuck Russia? And Sam like
he was
laughed.
wearing a shirt. He was wearing like a Ukraine shirt also.
He's wearing like a Ukraine shirt, and Sam like laughed at him and was like, "No, dude, like no,
like I'm not gonna.
You want me to like come over there and like do your political video right now, like just on a whim? Like that's goofy. Why would you want me to do that?"